Hi guys, welcome back to Gigi and the Teddies, where we learn about ascension. Let's get started. Good morning, Gigi.
Good morning, Teddy. How are you? Well, it's Friday here. I'm not sure what day you're watching this, but Friday's usually a good day for people. It's the end of the week for a lot of people. The end of the school week. In a lot of cases, the end of the work week, depending on your schedule. But it's always the end of the week. Okay? We have a new guest here today. Isn't he beautiful? Absolutely. There's a special reason that we're going to call him this. We're going to name him today, and his name is Fritz. Now, the person that brought Fritz to us was a very special angel on a very special journey. And they know who they are. So thank you very much from Fritz and I for bringing us together. We're not going to have Fritz talk today. Fritz is learning, okay? So we've got a kind of a little different subject today, too. And it's all going to lead into a video that we want to do in the future about the mind. And how it can change depending on who and where we are. So is it part of us or separate? That's in the future video. But today we're going to give some food for thought. Now you hear a lot of controversy about how we're created and all of that. But I don't think there's too many at this point during the ascension period that deny we have a spirit form. All right? And if you don't believe it, that's totally fine. There's a little button where you can change your station or go watch something else. Or you might want to listen and be open-minded. A lot of this ascension process takes you to be open-minded, at least willing to hear differences. You may not have to agree with them, but it's much easier if you're willing to listen to differences. All right? As I've studied the ascension process, I've found it rather fascinating. Because I'm very open-minded to new things, new ideas, and then I can make a fair choice for myself if I gather all the information that I feel I would need to make a choice. So when the ascension process was presented to me, I started to research. And I mean hours of research, days and hours, for a long time. Because if something was happening to me, I wanted to understand it to the best of my own ability. Now, one of the things that was brought to my attention was that people don't believe in reincarnation. And I don't look at it as a reincarnation. I look at it as an experience we choose to have, because it's my belief, and again, my belief, that when we pass over, and it's called passing over for a reason, we simply go from this side of the veil and pass over to the other side of the veil. So our energy, our spiritual energy, still remains here on earth, observing the way that your loved ones are observing you as you go through this process of life. Okay? And I found that fascinating. You know, so many times we think they've left us. They haven't left us. They've simply reached a vibration that we no longer can physically see them. But they're always with you. And they're there whenever you need them. This is when you get that flood of energy that makes you, give you the chills and makes you want to cry emotionally, and you don't understand why. That's when they're close. That's when they're around. It's generally when you need them most. Sometimes it'll come in when you least expect it. Now, it's my belief that that energy also has the opportunity to come back. How many times have you met somebody and you thought, oh my goodness, they remind me so much of my father, or they remind me so much of my mother that's passed? Or maybe you see a child born into the family that has characteristics of a past loved one. Or maybe a heartfelt feeling like you had with a loved one. I believe then that energy has chosen to return. Then I started to learn about, we've been here many times. Many generations back. Some people even go through hypnosis and in hypnosis talk about other lifetimes. Isn't that fascinating? And I thought about it, and I thought, they say that the twin souls in each lifetime find each other at some point. And that it will be the same souls. Okay, now everybody's got to see what's going on, so I'll be right back. And I thought it was fascinating that as I sat here and thought about it, how many times have I been here? Who have I been? This is just food for thought. You don't have to believe it. But be open-minded enough to just sit back and open up and think about it. Where did I live? Was I in this country? Was I in another country? Did I speak a different language? Was my skin of a different color? What was my family like? Are these the same spirits that would have been in my family then? That are in my family now? Do we always come together as a family? In any lifetime that we're here? What illnesses did I have? What illnesses maybe did family members of mine have? How many generations back can an illness follow you? We always hear about genetics being involved with illness. Have they tracked it? Was there somebody in my family a long time ago that at a certain age had schizophrenia? I have a nephew who has schizophrenia. Did that come with him from another generation and find him and attach to him again? This is something that I've been taught. And I find it kind of fascinating to be open-minded enough to think about. If something is taken away from them, if something is cured, if they can wrap their mind around the thought that this is it, I'm never having this again, and they dismiss it, is there a possibility it will never show up in another lifetime for them? Because they found out that it was an energy around them that they had some kind of control over, they were unaware of. I bring a lot of this up for you to think about, and I ask you to be open-minded, because we are going to do the video on the mind and how the mind is connected with the energies. And if those energies are here each and every time, we have a lifetime here. How have they affected us for hundreds of generations? Not just 1, 2, 3, but hundreds of generations. You know, I see people that have these relationships that you're almost envious of. Now, I don't mean they don't have problems. That's not what I mean. But it's like together, that connection is so strong that they learn from the problems and become stronger. Is that a couple that have met in so many lifetimes and worked through so many things? That's why they can do it today with such grace and let that energy flow past them and laugh at it after. Isn't that amazing when you think about it? So just because maybe we don't meet the right person this time doesn't mean we haven't met them in the past. Doesn't mean they're not going to be in our future. It just means that this time maybe we had something different to experience. That maybe another individual being totally involved 100% wouldn't understand, and it would affect their path for themselves. Everything, I believe, happens for a reason. I'm going to leave this with a part 1, and I think we're going to come back and do a part 2, because there is more of this that I would like you to be open-minded enough to listen to and to hear. And we're going to just give our friend here the star treatment and let Fritz stay for part 2. So we'll be right back. We hope you're enjoying the videos. We hope that you, if you have any questions, you'll please make a comment below, or you can private message us at silentdream@gmail.com. 2 L's in silent. All right? I'm going to bless you now in the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Namaste.
May you be blessed till we meet again. Namaste.